with a screaming laugh
Oh,
capture
God.
warning. Although, to be honest, I think from gauging the whole place, anywhere we would have sat would have been, I think, quite loud.
I think when you go out for dinner and you need earplugs, there's something seriously wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think when you go out for it, you don't expect to take earplugs.
I'm surprised because we got there quite early, like 5:20. So I'm surprised that people were like, I thought going that early would have meant it would have been quieter, but it wasn't. And you could tell people had been on the piss all afternoon.
Yeah, we went for dinner about 5:30, and it turned out it felt like we were drinking. It felt like we'd been there about 11:30.
Yeah.
It was an education.
It feels quite dry, this.
Underground, it's. I mean, if
Well, look at those clouds.
yeah, it's quite ominous, and they're very low, very low.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to push it down.
It's quite broken though. It's. But you can see how broken they are, but they only look like they're only about 2,000 or 3,000 feet, maybe about 3,000. The funny thing about clouds is they always seem a lot lower than what they actually are.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you can guarantee that, you know, you've got the hills over there which are maybe about not quite 1,000.
Is this where you always come then to do your barefooting?
In the morning, yeah. Just because it's only the biggest piece of grass, it's quite and by the time
Quiet as well.
once I walk up there and round, that takes about 10 minutes. Sometimes less, sometimes more, depending on how fast I'm walking. Which first thing in the morning, there was one morning where they're taking 20 milligrams of amitriptyline the night before it, and I'm walking like an absolute fuck.
You take 20, babe.
Well,
I only ever take 10.
Well,
And you're taking 20?
hardened drug taker and so on.
But what?
Hardened drug taker.
The one I gave you, was that 10 or 20?
10s.
Oh yes, you take 2, you're taking 2. But
Otherwise,
when you still bumped off, you're not.
well, sometimes I can take it and it has no effect. To be honest, night nurse has the same kind of.
Does it?
Night nurse can do. If I've not taken it, because I only use night nurse quite sparingly, I only ever use it when I'm on night shift.
Night nurse?
Yeah.
Night, and you're a nurse?
Yeah. So, yeah. But yeah, if I've taken, I mean, normally I take about 10 mils of night nurse, and that normally flattens me during the day. But then I wake up and I'm fine.
But when you take amitriptyline,
Well,
you wake up and you're still bombed.
well, it's a running joke that it's the best thing that I got out of my second marriage. That there was her stash of amitriptyline.
Yeah.
In fact, it's kind of a silly, immature joke that. But yeah.
We're going this way.
I will cut up and over there you've got Fife College, and you've got the campus for all that. But occasionally you'll see kids playing occasionally you see football getting played here.
But not very often.
Normally I'm here too. People use it to walk their dogs. I mean, you can see by the porter cabin over that way that you've got. That's where undoubtedly they've got the equipment and so on. But more often than not, will be people cutting through to one of the estates up that way. Or the funny thing about this whole area, about Glenrothes, is that everything's kind of blocked off. Everything's kind of in blocks. It's just the way that Glenrothes is designed. But you look at the way that other towns and cities are designed, wherein everything's designed for practicality. Excuse me.
You know that Buddle Rock? Is it like an unusual rock formation?
Yep.
Sort of in the sea or out the sea?
Out the sea. It's also called the Rock and Spindle. It's
I'm sure we could get to it by car.
Uh,
Close enough.
I don't know. I can't remember. I know the Kelpie Caves between Crail and Cellar Dyke. That's definitely. Obviously, I've done that often. But just like the caves round about Weems as well. Caves between East and West Weems. There's apparently about 20 odd of them, but I think it's where teenagers do their underage drinking.
I thought you were going to say they do their drunkers and sex.
That's
probably the case as well, actually.
That's guaranteed. See, when I was a kid, we had the place for that was a Catholic school where I went to various country parks. For some reason, it seems ironic that it was a Catholic school that there was a lot of the drinking that was done. But I suppose because where I lived, the Catholic school was on the outskirts of the village, so kind of made good sense. But there's a wee bit up there that I don't know what it's for. It's that thing with the...
Maybe it's like a little substation or something. Or is it a shipping container?
No, it's a bit before it. I've never worked out it's kind of like a iron ring that goes right round, a circular iron ring, or...
Oh, it might have been a bowling green.
Don't know.
Something like that. Yeah, it was probably a bowling green.
I don't know.
Oh no, it's not, it's a railway.
Yeah.
So they must have had at some point, had
Some
a
kind of...
train that ran along, you know, for kiddie rides.
Yep. Yeah.
At some point in the history, they must have done kiddie rides here.
Yeah.
It's funny actually, there's a park near Nora and Jen called Riverside Park, and they've got a little railway that goes all the way around.
Yeah.
And during the summer months, little kids can get a ride on the train.
Uh-huh.
So the train driver, it must be the most thrilling
Yep.
thing ever, because they literally go round and so me and Nona, being bad buggers.
You went on it.
No. Every time he goes past, we go, excuse me.
Oh.
Hey! And he goes,
Oh.
because he's obviously been told he's got to be really friendly and wave, but he goes like that. So to say, fuck off.
Well,
And every time he goes past, we go, excuse me, hey! And like give him a wave and he has to go. But you can see he wants to kill us.
See, that's the sort of thing I would do. I'd be merciful.
Yeah, definitely. We do it just to be a bad bugger.
I think it's one of those shit jobs in your time, but it's the sort of thing where you've got the...
Just going round and round and round on that bloody thing.
Oh, I know that Kirkcaldy, Beveridge, I think it's Beveridge Park, and Kirkcaldy has a really small, similar kiddie room. But, I mean, there's two, what was it, Beveridge Park, I can't remember what's the other one. Anyway, there's two big parks in Kirkcaldy for, it's one thing that, I find it strange how Edinburgh's got some big parks, but in Fife there seems to be, there's a couple of, for considering the size of population, I mean I don't know what Kirkcaldy's, what, about 50 to 100,000, something like that. Glenrothes is only about 40. Dunfermline can only be about, Dunfermline's not that big, Dunfermline can only be about 100, maximum 150, 200. But they've always got these big parks, like Dunfermline's got Pitt and Crieff Park, which is pretty big. Even Glenrothes has got like the Pilgrim's Way, and it's got Riverside Park, which, although it does have that small maze, which is one thing that Kirkcaldy doesn't have, but so But Dunfermline's got all the history. But there's not really a lot in the. I mean, yeah, we've got the bowling alley and we've got the small cinema, which I've not been to in ages actually. No, I've never been to the bowling alley.
I didn't even know there was one.
Yeah, it's just by the Kingdom Centre. Apparently, it's. I was on a course a wee while ago with somebody who was from here, and apparently the bowling alleys might be quite good. It's maybe cheap and cheerful. So, which, by the way, if you can imagine.
How nice does that
Oh,
feel?
the air around about here is amazing.
By the way, what?
Yeah, we'll have to go to that bowling alley, which is some of the walks that I've done here, done round about here, you would be fucking depressed. When it's dark and it's cold and I'm pushing myself out of bed to do it, and some of the walks that I'm doing after September, between September and...
Oh my god, the ground must be so cold.
It can be, but it's amazing what you can put what your feet can tolerate. When you're doing this in December, then because if you, I mean, this
and
is
the ground must be frozen.
Just cold and damp. I mean, there was one day where I came here and I put my feet in the ground and I just knew that I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
And it was dark and last winter was it was damp and wet, and it was hard. But then remember that park in Bonnyrigg that I used to walk around?
Yeah.
I mean, that never used to take anywhere near. This takes about double the length of time to walk around. I don't know if it looks bigger, but it certainly feels bigger. But walking around that park in Bonnyrigg, I mean, there was days where I knew that I walked around it and there was ice on the grass, and that was hard.
That is hard.
When you're pushing yourself to do it. But sometimes I feel like, you feel better for having done it. Or you feel better for getting the fresh air or feeling the ground out of the earth underneath your feet, I don't know. I mean, I've been doing this for almost 9 years. Stupidly, I did my first walk at the start of October 2017. So October, so about 9 months before we met. And the first walk that I did, first few walks I never videoed.
What first put you onto the whole barefoot walking thing?
Well, one thing, it pissed my second wife off. But I think
Where did it come from?
I just got curious. I mean, she was talking about doing the West Island Way, and I said, well, it's been so very heavily done before. Then so I thought, why don't we do it barefoot? And that really fucking annoyed her.
Did it? Why?
I think she thought it was fetishistic and so on, which it's not really. But then I started to research it a bit. So then the more I researched it, the more intrigued I got. Then, because I got more intrigued about it, then the more it pissed her off.
Yeah.
And I suppose in some respects, I think the more...
So that's why you kept doing it, because it pissed her off.
So, I just got intrigued anyway. I was just, me being me, you know what I'm like for getting... Once I've got an idea in my head, I feel like I've got to